The area of a sector made with a 60-degree angle is 36 pi. And then the question says, what is the radius of the circle? All right, so the very first thing I notice is that they don't give me a picture. So I'm actually going to kind of try and draw a picture of this really quick. It says I have a circle, and it says that I have a sector. So I'm going to draw a sector here that's made with a 60-degree angle. So this is a 60-degree angle. And it says the area of this is 36 pi. And the question asks, what is the radius? All right, so if you remember, our formula for sector area is that we take however much of the circle we have, so our angle, out of 360, and then we multiply that for the area, we multiply by area, which is pi r squared. All right, so I have some information that I can plug into this formula now. Like, for instance, I know that the sector area is 36 pi. So I'm going to put 36 pi right there. All right, and then I'm going to see if I have any more of this information. Do I know what the angle is that makes up that sector? I do. It's 60 degrees. They gave it to me in the problem. So that's 60 out of 360. Pi is not a variable. Pi is just a number. It's a button in your calculator. But r is what we're solving for. All right, so here's what we have right now. If I simplify what I have, 60 divided by 360, I get 1.67 repeating. That's like really big and ugly. So I'm actually just going to leave this as a fraction for now. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recognize I have a pi over here and I have a pi over here. If you have a pi on both sides of your equation, you can actually cancel those pi's out. It'd be like dividing by pi on both sides. So if I divide by pi over here and divide by pi over here, that pi and that pi cancel out. So I'm left with 36 is equal to 60 over 360 times my radius squared. All right, and so now you can actually divide by 60 over 360. You just have to put this all in parentheses when you do it. So you divide by 60 over 360. So whenever I do that, I'm going to type 36 divided by, open parentheses, 60 divided by 360, close parentheses. And I get 216 is equal to r squared. All right, but I don't want to know what r squared is. I want to know what just the radius is. So what's the opposite of squaring something? Square root it. So you take the square root of 216, and the square root of 216 is not a nice pretty number, but you do get that the radius is about 14 point, let's say 7 when you take the square root of 216. So these problems where you have to work backwards, you kind of have to understand what the formula is saying so that you can plug your stuff in.